You're 54. What are you waiting for? It's time. It's time. It's never too late.
So we all know comedy podcasts today are anything but funny. They mostly focus on talking about comedy instead of just, being comedic. And recently, Louie C.K. was on Bad Friends with Anthony Santino and Bobby Lee. And it came as a bit of a refreshment to me to actually, hear some real experience of a stand-up comic and some solid advice that Louie C.K. was giving to Bobby Lee.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, you don't have to ask first. I'm on your show.
I know, but can I ask you one?
Sure, I'm listening.
Okay, so I've always been obsessed about killing, so I'm trying to come up with new stuff. But my point is that I'm so afraid of not killing that I'm in a rut. Because of that fear.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And it's like, I know that there's more that I can do. I know there's more that I can say, and I just don't do it because I hate bombing. You know what I mean? And it's like, I just know that I'm not growing.
So what Bobby's talking about here is something that I'm sure a lot of comedians experience, but most of them are not really willing to talk about it because on the one hand, you can sound really insecure and, judging your own comedic abilities. Or on the other hand, you can sound egotistical and, think that everything you do is perfect and, spotless. And Bobby, of course, is known for being a really self-deprecating comedian and really having no issues making jokes at his own account. So this is a way to find out what he really thinks and how he feels, honestly. And what's even better is that Louie doesn't feed Bobby and us some bullshit like no substance answer, but he actually shares his own experience and his own emotions about the subject.
What you're describing is a very important thing, and it's a very vulnerable place to be. You know exactly what you have to do. Your problem is your solution's right in front of you.
What is it?
It's just you gotta get over it. No, in other words, I mean, what I'm saying is you're way ahead of the game.
Okay, yeah, he messes with him a bit, but he really does get to the solid advice here.
I was raised to kill as a comic. I started in Boston, and in Boston, it was like you might get hurt if you don't kill because the room might get really nasty.
Right.
I liked it. I was 18 when I started, so I was killing. It took me. There's bits where I'm like, that crushes, but it's not making me better. I got to stop doing it. Wow. So it's not only not wanting to bomb, it's also like backing away from the obvious sometimes and just going like, yeah, that bit annihilates, but what are we doing?
Yeah.
I think every comedian should try to put, especially in these workout sets in the clubs.
Yeah.
At some point, have like an alarm go off or some way that you go, I'm going to do 90 seconds. I got no act. Just 90 seconds of just try to see what happens.
So Bobby's releasing a comedy special soon. That's going to be his first comedy special ever. And most of this episode is just Louie, encouraging him and giving him some pointers and some advice based on his experience and the things he's noticed, not just on other people, other comedians, but also in his own act. And also, yeah, it sounds kind of funny when you think about Bobby Lee putting out his first special in 2026 when he's been a star in the comedy world for like decades. Anyway, yeah, Bobby uses Louie to bounce some ideas off of him, and Santino encourages him to tell a joke he's been preparing, maybe for a special or just for stand-up.
Pitch Louie some bits. He's got some new. Pitch him some.
No.
Pitch him some bits.
I'm
man.
not doing it now.
Yeah, do it.
No. I'm not doing that right now.
He's got a couple in the chamber.
Yeah.
Come on, tell
me one.
Tell him one of the new bits.
One idea for new bit.
Come on.
Well, I have a bit that I'm trying to get to work.
Look at Louie when you do it. Don't look at me.
Yeah, I want to look at you too. I want to look at you. I want to look at you right now.
Exercise for you.
Yeah.
It's good for you.
Yeah.
Again, I just want to point out how funny this is, and it's mostly due to the fact that Bobby is always willing to make a joke out of himself and put himself down. Here he's acting like a little boy who just met his idol, while he's been as I said, a comedy legend for years. That's, I guess, his way of showing respect to Louie.
So I have a bit about my dad used to tell wild stories. I don't know if they were true or not, right? Mm-hmm. It's like when I was 14, my dad goes, when I was your age, okay, in Korea, I used to kill wolf. Right? I go, there are wolves in Korea? So many wolves. You know what I mean? Everywhere, wolf. You know? One time wolf attack, I break a leg, right? I take a stick, pop, pop in the face, right? Then a couple of days later, my friend John brought his corgi over to my house. And my dad goes, how old is your wolf? I'm like, you used to kill dogs?
Yeah, it's obvious that he knew that was a funny joke. And he just wanted to get a laugh out of Louie. But he also admits that there are a bunch of jokes that get a laugh every time, just like that joke. And he keeps using them, even though he knows it's really inhibiting his progress. And by using the same jokes all the time, he's not really working on new material. They both agree that it's sometimes necessary to let a really good joke go and forget about it and stop using it, just for the benefit of your own creativity and maybe, moving forward, trying something new. Talking about the special, Bobby says that he's probably gonna use all his great jokes that he has, that he's amassed throughout the years on this special. And then later he's just gonna, forget them, stop using them.
All right, so Louie, I'm going to make a deal with everyone in this room, okay?
Yeah.
For my special, I'm going to, because I've never done a special,
Right?
right? So I have to do the things that I've amassed.
No, you don't.
For my special, it's in 2 months.
Okay.
But for the next, thing.
Yes. Look, do the special and clean house.
I'm cleaning house.
And then start over.
I'm never going to do those jokes
That's
again.
great. That's
right?
great.
Yeah.
I love that.
He's gonna clean.
Louie also talked about his process when he's working on a new special. And it seems that he really values the importance and prestige of a 1 hour comedy special. And while some other people today are, putting out YouTube videos 25 minutes long and calling them specials, that's nice to hear.
When I'm developing a new hour, I go to the cellar. I go in. I haven't been in for a while. I do 5 minutes, maybe just a few jokes I have, and then I get off. And the next time I do 10. When I get to about 20, then it starts filling in and it starts getting strong. When I have a strong 20, I put it away. I'm like, you can't do these jokes anymore. And I go back in with nothing. And I start with another 0 hard.
Anyway, yeah, he explains his process of collecting material for a full hour comedy. And we don't really think about the fact that when you're preparing for a 1 hour comedy special, you don't really get a chance to practice in front of an audience. I mean, the full hour. You can't just come to a club and say, hey, this is going to be my comedy special, and I just came to see how it performs. Yeah, so basically you have to know every joke on its own, how it performs, and then try to put them together in a way that it works and that you have a even distribution of laughter and reactions. And basically that's it, what I wanted to point out. I just wanted to really highlight the fact that this was a podcast really worth watching if you're interested in the ins and outs of stand-up comedy and behind the scenes stuff. Because sometimes we get the idea that stand-up comics are just, almighty and they never doubt themselves and they have a bunch of material always ready to go. And that's never, an issue to just pluck out a couple of jokes and make an hour-long special. And in reality, it's even the best of them, like Louie C.K, have their own issues and they have to really, force themselves to change something for their own benefit.
The problem with comedians is they take everything very personally, and it's a scientific thing, kind of comedy, and it's an art. So you should think of the privilege the work. What matters is this bit, right? Like I was watching this kid in New York, and he was doing bits about the election, the last one, and it had been over for a while, and the bits were strong, but people weren't really into it. And he made some comment on stage like, "Oh, I guess you guys don't like my politics or something." And I pulled him aside afterwards, and I said, "It's because it's an old topic. No one wants to hear about it, old elections." And he said, "I know, but these bits were killing, and I don't want to let him go." And what I said to him was, because he was a very young guy, so I said, if you took the 2 minutes of political material and instead you stood there and did nothing, you'd grow more as a comic.
Wow.
It'd be better for you as a comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.